Omega launched a new green color for the Seamaster Diver 300 meters in 2022, and I finally got my hands on this new release. I was initially feeling a bit 50-50 on this new green color, but after handling the watch in person, I have decided that this is not the watch for me. By the way, be sure to stick around to the end of the video where I will be sharing a bonus tip on this Seamaster. Without further ado, let's get into it. The Seamaster Diver 300 meters comes in a 42mm case. It is 13.5mm thick, and it has a lug-to-lug distance of 50mm. It is a pretty good size for a modern sports watch, and it should fit medium to large wrist size quite well. Unfortunately, I have a below average 6-inch wrist, so I don't think I can pull this off, especially on this green-on-green color combination, but more on this later. I have here with me the green dial and the white dial, both in a rubber strap. Even though the two watches have the exact same measurements, the green Seamaster does look a little bit bigger to me. A darker dial usually makes a watch look smaller, so I thought the green dial would wear smaller than the white dial, but it doesn't look like it when I handle the two watches side by side. Notice in the green Seamaster, the dial, the bezel, and the strap are all in the same dark green color, whereas in the white Seamaster, only the bezel and the strap are in the same color. I think having a contrasting white dial helps to break up the look of the watch a bit, and it is more visually appealing to me. Having a contrasting bezel and dial design also helps my eyes to focus mainly on the white dial, whereas in the green dial, because the dial and the bezel are in the same color tone, the dial almost extends to include the bezel. This makes the green Seamaster looks a bit bigger than the white Seamaster because my eyes are essentially comparing the case size to the dial size. If I have to choose one Seamaster for myself, it will have to be the white dial because the green version just have too much green going on, and I much prefer the bezel and dial contrast on the white Seamaster. The new Seamaster Diver 300 meters is pretty much the same watch as all other Seamasters, except for the new green color. The green is very different to what I thought it would look like. The color tone is quite subtle, and it does change depending on lighting condition. It almost looks black in darker environments, but when the watch is under a spotlight, the green really shows up. It is a bit difficult to pinpoint the exact shade of green, but if you ask me, I would say it looks like seaweed green. I'm not really a fan of the green Omega chose here, because it can sometimes look too similar to a black dial watch. I would prefer a lighter shade of green being used, as I would want my watch to either be green or black, but not something in between. There is one upside to the green Omega chose here though, and that is versatility. And if you want a watch that can walk the fine line between serious and fun, this dark green color might just be perfect for you. But given what I have in my current collection, I wouldn't be adding this green Seamaster to my watch box anytime soon. Next, I wanted to talk about availability, or the lack thereof. In the UK, this green Seamaster is still not readily available yet. This is why it took me this long to make this video, because I just couldn't find one at an AD until now. I do wonder if Omega is trying to be like Rolex. I mean, the new colorful Aquaterra watches are also released earlier this year, but they are still nowhere to be seen in all of the authorized dealers I have visited. And don't even get me started with the Moonswatch situation this year. Given both Omega and Swatch are owned by the same parent company, I wonder if the group is testing out a new marketing strategy with the green Seamaster, the Aquaterra, and the Moonswatch. The bottom line is that this new green Seamaster Diver 300 meters is still not a readily available watch. So be prepared to call up a few shops if you want this particular color, as not all ADs carry it in the UK at the moment. By the way, Please subscribe and hit the bell icon if you like my content. I'll be posting more videos like this in the future. One feature that I really like about the Seamaster Diver 300 meters is the laser engraved wave pattern on the ceramic dial. It is a very nice touch as it matches the sea theme of this lineup very well. The wave pattern on the green Seamaster is a lot more obvious than the white Seamaster. Some people may prefer it this way, but I think the pattern makes the dial look a bit too busy for my taste. I much prefer the white dial where you can only see the wave pattern at certain angle, and it doesn't make the dial look too complex, making it a much easier watch to read than the green dial. To be fair, the black Seamaster is also similar to the green Seamaster where the pattern is really quite obvious. If you are like me and prefer a cleaner dial, the white Seamaster might be your best choice. Speaking of dial, there is one thing that caught me by surprise, and that is how easy it is to read the white dial compared to the green dial. Before I have the two watches with me side by side, I always thought the green dial would be easier to read because of the contrasting white markers against the dark green dial. But I was wrong. Because the wave pattern is also in white, it kind of got mixed together with the hands and the markers. It makes the dial very busy and more distracting when I'm trying to tell the time. Despite the white Seamaster having a white-on-white markers and dial design, it is actually a lot easier to read than the dark green dial because the wave pattern tends to hide away. I prefer a cleaner looking watch, and this is another reason why the green Seamaster is not for me. Now, let's move on to the tip I promised you at the start of the video. If you have a below average wrist size like me and find the standard Omega rubber strap too long for you, don't worry, as Omega got you covered. Omega actually makes a shorter rubber strap for this watch to accommodate smaller wrist sizes, and you can order the smaller size from Omega when you purchase this watch. On the other hand, if you find the standard rubber strap too short for you, Omega also makes a longer rubber strap, so you should be okay too. If you think you are ready to buy the Seamaster after watching this video, please hold your horses and check out this video I made on the Black Bay 36 first. The Black Bay 36 is half the price and it is almost perfect. You may want to give the Black Bay 36 some thoughts before buying the Seamaster. Cheers.